Hello and welcome back to the channel and my Super Cub epic adventure. Now things are about to drastically change because we've just had 2 days of beautiful sunshine as we're exploring the Isle of Wight. Well, all over the news this morning and every app I've got is telling me that Storm Crocodile Dundee is about to hit. That's the tail end of a hurricane is about to hit the island. And the thing about today, we've planned to do a coastal ride to get back on the boat to head to the mainland to go to a museum that apparently is really famous, known by a really famous person that I've never heard of, and also do some of the most epic off-roading you've ever seen. I have no idea how this is going to pan out, but what I do know is it's absolutely throwing it down right now, and I don't think they recommend that you go sailing. So let's find out where this is going to take us. Well, when we woke up it was peeing it down and the rain has ceased a little bit. You can see the wind coming, so this should still be fun. Julian is dressed in all his waterproofs, looking sexy. Bike's loaded. Let's go and see what happens today and see how much of the plan we can keep going. So let's do this. The mighty Super Cub, already performing like a legend within 2 seconds. The monkey bike with the hooligan exhaust on that Julian's put on that bike. He says he got it with it on, but I think he's put it on because he loves going around being 17 and revving engines and scaring small children. But the thing of it is, we are going to have an interesting day, aren't we? Because look at those trees moving already, and we've got some open roads to do. But I'm pretty sure the Super Cub is just going to laugh at it and ride through it in true epic 11 out of 10 style. Well, as we're battling on through this storm at a speed of 30 miles an hour roughly, because the wind is a little bit blowy. It's not that bad to be fair, but we are being very cautious. We're trusting in Julian's navigation skills because he's put his phone in his pocket to keep it dry. And I'm sure the man knows exactly where we're going and we're not going to get lost at all in any way. But it's never nice, is it, riding in rain and water? But then that being said, I'm actually quite enjoying it. I don't know if the ferry crossing is going to be so enjoyable, but I do know the mighty Super Cub is just doing it. It's just doing it, baby. The storm is very windy and we're being blown. We've picked up a good pace now of 45 miles an hour, battling through it. But to make it sound epic, cue my cinematic drama voice. There's two men built for adventure. They spent their lives training for this moment. They befriended a man called Jim. They've lived many pints to their heads, so their muscles are built of pure iron. They are the Helmet Head and Julian adventurers, and they are made to go through any moment. Right, I need to lift my visor up, it's just steamed up. Whew, that was dramatic. The wind is going at the angle of percentage at the minute.
I quite often ride with my main beam on in the day.
Why would you do that?
There's more light, isn't it?
No. No, well no, all it does is blind people.
No, it doesn't. Not these stupid lights, surely.
It's called being rude.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Are you filming?
Yeah. When you're a lord, you see, this is why you bring a peasant. Well done, you did a great job, Jeeves. Right to the top. Can you pay for it as well? You just spilt a bit. Bloody hell, mate, that's precious gold.
Something else from the shop, like a dummy.
Yeah, I'll have a chocolate bar, I'll have some drink, iced coffee would be good. No, the cold type.
Get your dummy, stop you talking.
Rude. you.
I'll give it a try for you.
Perfect, thank you. Well, we've made it onto the boat. It's still a bit windy, but I think it's calmed down a bit. It's not too bad. There's nowhere to sit because I think everybody's trying to get onto the boats before wind picks up too much. As you can see, it's definitely a bit choppy, but not too bad. Not too bad. Right, let's get the boring bit done of the boat, and then we're going to move on to hopefully finding this awesome museum.
Carry emotions, the weight of the ocean. You keep climbing mountains, too blind to see. It's not getting you closer to where you wanna be in your life. The weight on your shoulders, time to put it down. You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. And you fall and you...
Julian.
Yes, Alan.
Are you cleaning my head?
No, I was cleaning the visor on your helmet.
Cleaning my helmet?
No, it was dangerous. You had flies and everything all over it, so I polished it like this, you see. Because you weren't doing it yourself. You need looking after.
He loves me.
He needs looking after.
He loves me.
That's why I got the dead flies from his helmet.
How lovely is that? He loves me.
Well, yes, actually I do.
Oh, look.
We had another romantic night last night. Abby, if Abby watched it, don't let her watch it. Tell her you didn't make a video. Tell her you didn't make a video, then you might get away with your double life.
Yeah, but what about the OnlyFans page?
I don't know about that.
He's on it. Pay $10. See him long time. Lovey.
Well, there's no answer to that. You don't put it in my mouth, that thing, in my face, and then expect me to answer, because there's no answer, is there?
Lovey. Here we go then. Back onto the mainland. The Isle of Wight is done. But the adventure is far from over. And that wasn't as bad as I was expecting, to be fair, that crossing. And according to Julian, the executive businessman that knows all about everything, he said it's to do with the tide coming in and the wind facing north. I explained to him, this is not right. It's all about the angle of percentage. Anyway, let's continue this awesomeness and head to this motorcycle museum. I still don't know who it is. I can't remember the name that I've been told. But I'll tell you more in a minute. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most famous motorcycle museum of all time, the Sammy Miller. The man is a legend, a racer. He is so well known, it's unbelievable. And I can't wait to share this with you. But I'm going to hand you over to the business executive to tell you exactly about Sammy Miller and all of the origins of this museum. Go.
I think the most important thing about learning and visiting a museum like this, Alan, is about going in there and learning it for yourself.
Yeah.
So the great Sammy Miller, your mind will explode with images of Sammy Miller on his motorcycle. I'm not going to tell you anything about him until we get in, and then you can learn for yourself. So the best things come to those who wait.
Do you know what? Hats off to him. That was well done. He hasn't got a clue either. Shall we go in and find out exactly more about this man and this awesome museum?
I fell in love with who I thought you were. Someone who'd never wanna see me hurt. But I was fooled by all your vows and words. No longer. We built a house when we were 21. Now I know why it never felt like home.
Well, this is one huge place, and we're going to start off with the vintage bikes. So let's have a quick look as we walk around. But wow, straight away, 1921 Scott. I mean, you must remember this from your youth. I mean, you must have ridden one, probably.
Speak for yourself.
But look at that. Is that oil and then fuel, do you reckon?
Probably isn't.
It's proper nice though, isn't it?
You're the engineer, you should know.
That's oil, that's fuel, and that's something else. And there's an engine, and it goes like that.
You mean the radiator?
That's it. Is it a radiator? Are you sure? from 1921.
It's not a fridge, is it?
Is it a steam engine? There's a Scott Squirrel, 1925. It's amazing how much I just know all this information, isn't it? Wow. But it goes on, and it goes on. 1957, 1929. I like that, that's quite nice. And then there's a thing, 1937. Just forever. Julian, just so you know, the one behind us, right? This bike was made in
1909 one.
09, yeah. And did you also know it's 4-cylinder?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're very clever.
Yeah.
How did you work that one out?
Because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 4 spark plugs.
Amazing.
It's nice. Look. I mean, that is
Shiny.
Yeah.
Super shiny. It's beautiful.
Do you reckon they use Windex for the shine?
Very likely. Or Brasso.
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 Look, and do you reckon that, right there, do you reckon that whacks your nuts? Because they had an experience recently where you whacked your nuts.
No,
Didn't you?
No, I didn't.
You really did. So also, this one, right, 1927, Whiteworth, right? Did you know it's a 4-valve 4-speed?
Okay, I'd call it a Whitworth, a Rudge Whitworth, but...
Well, I'm dyslexic. You're not allowed to say and take the piss because then you'll be legally in trouble.
You're northern, aren't you? That's
4-speed.
It's different if you're from
Just
north.
so you know.
Okay.
Now, again, Julian, this one behind us, right? They've spelt it wrong.
Fudge.
Yes.
Yep.
This is the man that invented fudge, rode this bike. Do you like fudge?
I think do you know what his surname was?
What?
Packer.
You can't say that.
Can I not?
No.
Sorry.
Bloody hell, I'm going to get demonetised. This is the Fudge TT racing bike. So on all serious, how many do you reckon Sammy's won races?
45.
Do you want to have a quick glance? How long it goes on for?
Yeah, but they're second place and third place. And the qualifying events as well. Didn't you read?
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful. Didn't you read the...
No, I'm just really
label?
proud of the man. I think he's done an amazing job and I think the respect should be there.
So was he just racing in the UK or was he racing overseas?
Everywhere.
Was he?
Yeah. Do you know his famous one? When he was in Australia with a kangaroo.
Was it?
Beat it straight down the line.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
Well, after an absolutely epic museum visit, I mean, it gets to the point where you literally go, I can't stare at any more bikes. What's a really weird thing to say, isn't it? But
it is. Yeah.
There's that many in there, you're like, my brain's just losing track now. What was really cool, there was a BMW C1 and we both went, oh, I'd really want to have a go at one of all those vintage bikes. And we're going, well, doesn't the BMW C1 look
Which
like
one would you
fun?
buy?
Now, I kind of said at the beginning we're going to do some off-roading, but you've kind of come up with really a proper epic plan because we're both feeling quite tired after riding through a storm and walking around there for hours. We're kind of at the point now where it's like, do you know what, I'm knackered. And then Julian goes, do you want to go through a
Ford.
A Ford?
A Ford.
What kind of Ford?
A water Ford.
Not a Ford Mondeo?
No, a water Ford.
Okay.
In Brockenhurst, which I know of.
In Brockenhurst?
It's the one that my dog fell off.
Do you know, I actually do have a
Into the
question, right? Forget the dog. I have a big question.
No, I didn't want to forget the dog.
Where are we? Because I've not told anybody where we are.
We're in... I'm not sure. Well, it's the New Forest. We're in the New Forest. We know that much.
That's all right then. So we're going to go to a ford that you're not sure where we are, but you know where the ford is.
Yeah, from here we're going to Hinton.
Yeah.
And then from Hinton we're going to Brockenhurst.
And then we're going to go for the ford.
We'll see if we can find the ford. Because it was a long time ago that the dog fell into the ford. No,
forget about the dog.
No, I'm not going to forget about the dog.
Let's concentrate on making this the most epic scene anyone has ever seen.
Let's see what we can do.
Let's do it. So right down there is the epic ford. We've had a little bit of downpour, but first up is Mr. Bickers, the business executive. The question is, are you scared?
No.
No.
I'm not scared. It's just a fly.
Let's find out how he does it. Let's see his bravery, his heroism, as he passes through the Ford of Doom. As you can see, it's quite fast-paced. Here comes the executive businessman. He's going full power. You look like you had a good time.
I feel like I've been swimming. I need to get out the way of the car as well.
Well then, the Super Cub. And then of course I need to show Mr. Julian Bickers how it's truly done in epic 11 out of 10 style. Power it up. I'm actually going to go second gear for this bad boy. Road is clear. Here we go.
Now I think I was definitely the most sexiest, good-looking action man shot out of us both. I reckon I pulled it off. Maybe you're the warm-up packed. Do you reckon you'd agree with that?
Not really, no, because I went through without any fairings, and you went through with fairings on the Super Cub.
Yeah, but you went for on a monkey bike, like the most awesome off-roading beast ever made.
Absolutely.
I went for a bike that's not made to go through a river. I mean, you kind of went in the middle. I went sort of epically near the edge, right where all the danger zone was.
Do you know why I went in the middle?
Why?
Because I was in this concrete channel and I didn't want to come out of it in case I fell off. Oh. That's why I went through the middle.
So here's the plan then. Next, right? I generally was saying earlier that I was having quite a day of, I'd say, what's the way of putting it? I didn't feel like we'd done a lot, but in reality we've ridden through a storm, we've walked miles around a museum, then we've sort of come here, we've done this epic, unbelievable river crossing.
Don't forget the ferry.
And the ferries. We met some ferries.
We met some ferries on the sea, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. But do you know what I'm ready for now? A beer. So where are we going to next?
We're going, well, fairies and witches sort of go together. We're going to the spooky village of Burley, and we're going to stay there for the night. What,
together again?
Well, we're staying in Burley, which is reputed to have lots of witches there, and they sell witches, and it's a big thing about the fact Burley's magical.
All I really care about is there beer there.
Well, there is, yeah.
Good. Let's just go and get beer, man.
It'd be rude not to do it again, wouldn't it? So we'll do it together. Go. Oh, we're such kids. Look at this though, the New Forest. Horses. It's just instantly pretty, isn't it? After doing that Ford crossing and going through for a second time, Julian just said to me, my feet are absolutely drenched. Went, yeah, we just gone through a Ford crossing twice. But to come out and back and come and do this, well, yeah, this is proper cool. Look at this. And again, on a mighty beast. It's very chilled, very relaxing. That's another thing I say about riding the Super Cub. It's a very relaxing place to be. You kind of feel cool but relaxed. It's just nice, very nice.
So we've arrived
at where we're staying, because we're staying in Burley and we're staying in the Burley Inn, because Julian said to me he wants to give me that authentic New Forest feel by staying in a really nice inn where there's a whole selection of beers, many non-alcoholic beers for me to consume. And he's arranged all of this because it's his turn to pay for the epicness of where we're staying. So let me give you a quick tour. So first things first, you do have the kettle with the lovely cocoa for this evening. There's two, so Julian can come and share a cocoa in the room. And we've got a selection of nice biscuits, especially the ginger nuts. But what I like is this wardrobe space, because it's designed for the motorcyclist, with the perfect shelf for your helmet, your jacket, your top box, and your waterproofs. How epic is that? And I'm the only one that I've ever known to have his own name embroidered. This was given to me as a product review, and it's awesome, by the way, but embroidered on there, that's quite epic too. But anyway, a lovely huge double bed, a perfect place to do my editing, and I've already started by transferring the crazy amount of footage across to my external hard drive for editing later. The telly that nobody watches. And you ready for this? The piece de resistance, the bathroom. Now, of course, you've got the throne that we all like to sit on and release the kids in the pool. And look at that shower. I love a shower when you've just gone for a Ford and you feel really minging and wet. But of course, most importantly, the best looking Lord in the world. Well, do you know what? I've had another epic day on the Super Cub adventure. I am proper knackered from, I think, the storm riding and also what we've done. And like I said earlier, I don't feel like we've done a lot, but generally we've done quite incredibly well. And we do deserve these non-alcoholic beers. Now, the thing about it is, tomorrow's episode, this is my vision, right? We'll see if it comes true in the next episode, but this is my vision. We're going to be going along an airfield strip racing, me on the Cub, Julian on the Monkey. There's going to be a jet going alongside us as we speak. It's going to be all very cinematic, and it's going to include some interesting trails on the bikes. We'll see what the reality brings us in the next episode. But do you know what? I'm having an amazing time as always. And I just want to say a massive thank you for watching this adventure. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so and continue to enjoy this crazy content. And I just cannot wait right now for these non-alcoholic beers. So shall we go down and enjoy a beer together? Now, interestingly, just before we ka-ching our pints, our non-alcoholic ales like true men, Julian knows so much about witches, white witches, black witches, pink witches, orange witches. He's going to tell you the story about the witch of this village.
I am. Well, the witch of this village, and we're in Burley in the New Forest. It's a nice little village, isn't it?
It is.
Pleasant little village. We're staying here in the Burley Inn.
Yeah.
In the 1950s, the reason why the association with witches to Burley is because in the 1950s there was a witch called
something.
Can't remember her name. Anyway, she was a real person, and she was a white witch, and she was seen regularly. Well, I can.
Okay.
I can. I'll explain the difference in a moment. So this witch was seen in the 1950s. She lived around here, in Burley, and she was often seen with a pet jackdaw on her shoulder, with a big black cloak. And she upset lots and lots of people, lots of locals who didn't know the difference between a white witch and a black witch.
I know what the difference is.
What's that?
White witches are good witches and black witches are bad witches.
That's right. Despite what the Chronicles of Narnia says, the white witches are actually good witches and they do good for people, and they're not malicious like the black witches are.
Unless they're frozen witches.
Unless they're ice witches. Yeah. So that's the big difference. So now you know, if you come into Burley, if you see the remnants of a witch, over there's a shop called Witchcraft. Yeah. So it's real. And as I say, in history, look at the history books, 1950. Look it up. Yeah. Google it if you think I'm joking.
You do that. All I'm going to do, get a beer, dude, because that's what I need.
Get a beer. See ya.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It feels very romantic and ready, doesn't it?
Very romantic.